guys, welcome back to Everything Anime Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Shinry. Here at the Everything Anime Podcast, talking from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, and a relevant topic I'm talking about. Today's video is on Tokyo Ghoul. I think it's chapters 25 to 28. I'm not sure what I'm going to title it just yet. But where we last left off, I remember Mado had showed up on Takuya and Hinenami while they were like holding each other, promising they'll take care of each other because Mado had laid a trap for the rabbit who he believed had killed the paranormal investigator in retaliation for what he thought was Hinenami killing Hinenami's mother, or the rabbit's mother. Meanwhile, he called Amon to come help him, to back him up, but he got stopped and cut off by Kaneki. So we have two dueling battles happening, and it's pretty good for a mostly slice of life anime, a shonen anime. But let's talk about it. So Mado reveals that Kanekis are made from dead ghouls. Kagani, he revealed Hinenami's mother's Hinenami mother's Kaneki right in front of Hinenami to like kind of get a reaction out of her. Or maybe not to get a reaction out of her, just like show off like, oh yeah, I killed your mother. Yeah, she right here. Because we know Mado is crazy. Mado is like, I want to say Professor Stein from, it might even be the same voice actor. I've not heard his voice, but that's how I met his voice. If it's not Professor Stein, that voice actor, it needs to be. But he's giving Professor Stein from Soul Eater that personality because how crazy he is like when it comes to fighting ghouls. Big mistake because he managed to piss Takuya off by making Hinenami cry. I would have personally made Hinenami lose control because, we know that Hinenami is not much of a fighter because her mother and herself, they were like being fed by the father. We know that, but then when he died, they went to Antoniku because they couldn't feed themselves. So I'd love to see Hinenami lose control and fight. I mean, she does in this chapter, but I mean at that time, I was like, Hinenami, lose control, girl. Go get his ass. Takuya manages to... Takuya runs at him, and he managed to pin Takuya off guard, which isn't good, but then we get a major reveal from this. He said he's using both parents as Kagane. We already knew he killed the father, or at least I speculated that, but we know he killed the mother. That means the whip that once belonged to Hinenami, that means that whip that he's using, the Kaneki whip bone chain thing that looks like it's from, what is Reggie's Zord called? The chain whip Zord that looks like that. It once belonged to Hinenami's father. So I was like, okay, she got to find out. He's using your mother's moth wings. He's using your father's whip tail. Like, Hinenami, get in there. Get in there, girl. Takuya pleads for her life, saying that ghouls wish they could live in coexistence with humans, but Mado isn't touched. He seems more disgusted by that. And he goes on for the kill before cutting away, so I was sure Hinenami did something at this moment. We know that Takuya, she has a human best friend. It seems like she more cares about humans just like Kaneki does, and plus she said Kaneki and Hyde multiple times. Or she said Hyde once, but she said Kaneki multiple times. So we do get the humanized thing from Takuya. But again, Mado's crazy. Mado's about fighting ghouls and killing ghouls. He ain't phased because you say you want to live in harmony. He's like, fuck that shit. But then, like I said, we have dual fighting going on. So then we swap back over to Kaneki getting his butt whooped by Amon. And we've seen how built Amon is in that previous chapter. He was training himself. So Amon is daddy, okay? Amon is daddy for Tokyo Ghoul. I know that's weird to say about an anime character, but he is. Amon, however, asked Kaneki a question: why do humans have to die for ghouls to live? Which, as a paranormal investigator, he knows the answer, but it's more like a rhetorical question. He's like, what makes you guys think that we're at the bottom of the food chain? They're basically in a war. So I mean, I guess it's the same that Kaneki can say well, why we're just doing what we have to do to survive. We didn't ask to be born like this, And again, Tokyo Ghoul is trying to play both cards. It wants you to feel bad for the ghouls, even though as a human you would be rooting for the paranormal investigators. But because we're following the ghoul side of the story, we see them as the villains. But Kaneki, who unbeknownst to him was previously human, is also thinking the same thing. But after experiencing the perspective of a ghoul and he knows Hinami and her mother were nothing like Rise. They were good. He's like, not all ghouls are bad. Takuya's not bad. Takuya has the best friend, and she eats like human food even though it makes her sick, and she like punches her stomach down. Nishio, whatever, has a human girlfriend that he obviously must care about because he hasn't killed her. And Hyde is Kaneki's best friend, and that's a ghoul he doesn't want to kill Hyde. He's like, there's some good ghouls out there, and plus Mr. Yoshimura, Mr. Yomo, who like only eats the suicide dead bodies, but he does like a prayer. So he has some examples of me in both worlds. So really, it's a clash of ideologies that only someone like Kaneki knows about and can be the bridge between the two worlds so that they can understand each other. Like, so if they knew that Kaneki was like once human and now a ghoul, and he's seen both sides, like he could like maybe by the end that's what's gonna happen. He'll bridge the gap between like the CCG and ghouls, or like humans and ghouls. I mean, ghouls are still gonna have to eat humans. They're gonna have to eat human meat somehow. So I don't know how exactly that would work, being the bridge between the two, but I can see something like that happening. And with this, Kaneki gets a resolve to fight once more because, again, he has become friends with these ghouls. He wants to protect them. Like he told Takuya, like he doesn't want anybody. If somebody he cared about died, he'd be sad. He doesn't want to be sad. As the battle continues on, it seems like Kaneki got a Zenkai boost. I'll put that in there because he begins to start fighting and be able to hold his ground against Amon. And again, we've seen how Amon is strong. We know that CCG takes out ghouls. So I guess Kaneki get his ass will give him a Zenkai boost like in Dragon Ball Z. Like, I survived those attacks and battles. Because he fought Nishio so far. And he got his ass by Takuya. I think that's really it. And, he got chased by Rise. So he's got some battle experience under his belt. Now, one thing I hadn't expected was Kaneki to actually bite another human. I didn't see him actually trying to bite Amon. But he says that he has to start embracing his ghoul half. So now that Kaneki is willingly eating human meat, this boy might get that white hair. I don't know if it's a wig. I'm not watching the anime back to back or side by side. I'm waiting until I get a little bit further. But I was like, is this where Kaneki gets like the like crazy power up or something like that? We'll see. But he does this so he can restore his energy and to draw out Rise's Kagane, of course, and to finally deal with Amon's Kinike, because he can't destroy his Kinike without a Kagane. Like he has to have a weapon to fight back. And after we get this really cool panel of Kaneki slicing it in half, I love this. This was very cool. I love the way this author draws things. I'll make sure I show off this panel. But I like seeing, I was going to say, okay, Kaneki, master your ability. It was Rise's organs are now in your body. Use your Kagane. It's your Kagane now. Post defeating him, Amon accepts his fate, but Kaneki begs him to run. Like, so Kaneki did beat Amon in this battle. And he might have eaten the human flesh, like he might have eaten Amon, but he's like trying to refuse. Oh no, it's that he might have eaten human flesh, but he refuses to kill a human. He's like, I might have to eat human flesh to like survive and like quell this hunger, but I refuse to kill a human. So he's like, I'm on run. He begs Amon to flee for his life before his body can succumb to the hunger, which shocks and awes Amon. Obviously, I mean, a ghoul. Like, are you playing a joke? Are you having a laugh? Are you trying to like get me to run away so like it can entice you more and like make you want to come after me? Because they say like dogs or animals get excited to see you run away, so if you stand your ground, it's different. So Amon's like, well, I mean, he did destroy my Kiniki. I should run, but like, is that gonna get him excited? He's about to come after me really fast? But it doesn't happen. Kaneki, he refuses to kill, and he holds his ground, and Amon does get away. We then flash back over to Mado and Takuya, and it's confirmed that Hinami protected Takuya, which I loved. I thought that was pretty dope. And as I predicted, because it just fits perfect storytelling, she seems to have a similar Kagane to her mother. Like, she has like moth wings too. I also forgot to mention she cuts off Mado's hand with one of her wings, which he's oddly acting like it's a mild inconvenience. Like, she cuts off his hand and he's just like, oh, that old thing, I didn't need it anyway. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Mado is really crazy, okay? If my hand got cut off, I would not be acting all nonchalant. I'd be like, what the fuck? But no, it's not only that she has her mother's Kagane, she has her father's too that acts like a tail. So she has the wings of her mother and the tail of her father. So she's supposed to be, I guess, like the best of both worlds. She's supposed to be like, I guess, the level up version of both of them. Mado's crazy ass finds this exciting. And he's like the clown scientist from Bleach. Mayuri, I think, is the clown from Bleach. He's like, interesting. I have to dissect you and take you apart. We love Mayuri on this channel. But I can tell either his voice actor will be, oh no, this is why I made that joke about Soul Eater. He either needs to be the voice actor of Dr. Stein from Soul Eater, or he needs to be Mayuri from Bleach. Like, that's who Mado's voice needs to be in my head and on the show when I see him. However, in all his craziness, it seems like Hinanami killed him. And I was like, too bad, because I was beginning to like his crazy ass. Like, Mado's crazy ass was beginning to, like, you know, pull me in. I also be get away or something like that. Amon, meanwhile, is walking back home confused about Kaneki's actions and letting him live and, like, crying in front of him. But he seems to be too shaken up over the fight to worry about why. He's like, you know, that's weird that a ghoul was crying for me to run away and actually let me get away, like walk away. But he's like, you know, I can't believe I lost. I lost against a ghoul. And that pisses him off because we know Amon's motivation is like to stop letting children be like with fatherless, parentless. Stop letting husbands be widowers and wives be widows, you know. That's his motivation. He can't understand why Kaneki would be crying for him. He's like, I don't understand that, but I don't have time to think about that. Back with Kaneki, he's losing control to the hunger and is threatening to take him over. This is where I was like, oh crap. Is Kaneki about to like go psycho, go back after Amon, like he's about to go on a killing spree? But that's when a mysterious ghoul with a plague mask appears in front of him. So this was getting interesting. I was like, okay, who is this guy? Like, is there going to be somebody majorly important? Kaneki attacked him without hesitation, but the ghoul doesn't even appear phased. So yeah, Kaneki was losing control because we know he's been eating them sugar cubes or meat cubes, which are coffee cubes, which, to be fair, Mr. Yashimura didn't want him, like, it's gonna quell that hunger, but the hunger ain't gonna go away. It's gonna build up. And because he finally ate human flesh, even just to use the Kagane, it made him lose control. But it's not a new ghoul. It's actually one we've seen before. It's Mr. Yomo. We just never seen him in this mask, which is kind of cool. Now, we kind of all over the place because we jump back to Mado, who's still alive. And now he's not only just missing one arm, he's missing one leg. So he's basically full metal alchemist. Like, he's Edward Elric, I think. Yeah, like, just give him a... Ooh, that would have been cool. Bring Mado back with, like, a metal arm, metal leg, and like, make a Full Metal Alchemist reference. Like, you know, make the universes, like, coexist or something like that, you know? Like how in Assassination Classroom, we got Naruto and One Piece references and stuff like that, you know? Yeah, that could have been cool. I don't think nobody complained about that. Anyways, Takuya begins to finish him off, but Takuya... tells Hinanami to finish him off, but she refuses. She's just upset and misses her parents, but Mado don't give a fuck. He's about to go in for the kill again. Like, Mado's like, oh, you hesitate to kill me? Okay, well, shit, let's do this shit. He ready to kill. With one hand, one leg, Mado ready to go for the kill. But while he's distracted, Takuya goes for the killing blow to his neck. And maybe now he's actually dead, I was thinking, but, like, who knows, because... I was like, he might get brought back as a ghoul, like out of like pettiness, or he might just like survive with like a kitty cat. I didn't know what was gonna happen. Unfortunately, Mado is dead. Unfortunately, I will confirm that Mado is dead. I'll start liking his crazy ass. He does go on to talk for a while, but when he finally dies, Takuya is triggered by the scars on his hand. Perhaps it has to do with her past. Like, I don't know. We're getting like glimpses of Takuya's past and stuff like that, but not everything's like outright said all at once. Like, you know, I like when anime sprinkles in, you know, foreshadowing, stuff like that. We see a lot of foreshadowing in One Piece. We see a lot of foreshadowing in like Black Clover and stuff like that. So I like seeing stuff like that. At this time, Yomo and Kaneki arrive at the scene as well. They decide to all escape together because they hear more people approaching. As they escape, they are approached by Mr. Yashimura, who warned them previously about killing one of the doves. He's like, not only did y'all kill one dove, and we already had the CCG about to ready to sweep this place, but now you officially killed two doves. So they definitely coming here and sweeping this place. They definitely coming. This is about to be a war zone. It's about to be swarmed by investigators. And I was like, okay. So we are getting into a war. And we're only 25 chapters in, but okay, let's see this war between CCG and ghouls. Let's see this battle between Cognades and Kinikes. I was like, I'm ready for it. Mado then arrives at the scene and finds his friend now dead. I love how the author draws grief, the lines, the pain. You can feel it through the pages because it's so greatly detailed. Like, Amon is like, you know, Mado, you might have been a crazy motherfucker, but you was my crazy motherfucker. You was my crazy motherfucker. I would have ended the chapter there. I thought that was a really powerful scene, but it instead ends on a scene of Kaneki and the others walking back and inspiring each other to keep going forward no matter what happens. And that kind of gave me a meh feeling. Like, we could have done that in the next chapter with them. It's more powerful to end it with that because, again, I know the ghouls in the story are the good guys. But since we're humans, you know, ending it on a scene with Amon crying over his dead mentor, dead friend, would have been so much more impactful than this, like, good ending of, like, connecting, like, oh yeah, we all made it through that. I mean, I know Mado was crazy as fuck, but he's still a human, so we understand both perspectives. Kaneki understands both perspectives, but it's just funny. Anyways, that's all for this video. I'm not going to speculate because I'm up to chapter 50 of Tokyo Ghoul, but feel free to comment below what you guys thought of this chapter or my review, or tell me your thoughts on Tokyo Ghoul. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey guys, this video was sponsored by me, the author of the Shinry series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and Monsterverse. So I figured I'd do this outro a little bit different by showing you guys what you guys will be checking out. So, the Shinry series starts with Book 1, Shobu Samurai Project Aryoku. 10 years after the death of his parents, Shobu Samurai returns home seeking vengeance, but instead faces a choice to save his home from shadow creatures, blood beasts, and an organization once thought dead. Shinry's Shobu Samurai starts at $9.99. And if you love anime, manga, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Shaman King, Rave Master, Zatch Bell, anything like that, the Shinry series is definitely the series for you. You'll definitely want to check it out. The Sword of Light is probably the thickest one so far. And then these books are 2. This is Enter the Dread Zone Tournament. And the series original ending, Arado, the Legendary Conjuring Master. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the covers. Really proud of all of these. But I hope you guys check it out. If you don't like that, I also have the current published books for the Chronicles of Wayne, Love Be Damned, Cotton Candy, Full Moons, Fabled Lovers, A Cursed Virgin's Bite. If You Go Where Monsters Dance, Red Will Rain Over Your House. Love Be Damned. Now, the Chronicles of Wayne is about a geeky guy, or a nerdy guy in high school. His senior year, he has a crush on the hottest guy in school, because of course he does. He's only got one best friend, and her name is Barb. Well, the hottest guy in school turns out to be a werewolf. And to make the story more interesting, he bites Wayne and turns Wayne into the first ever wolfman in the last 10 years. And because of that, it was also a sacred law that wolfmen should never be created. I don't want to get into too much of the Chronicles of Wayne without spoiling it, but I can tell you it's very short. This one sells for $6.99, and Love Be Caged right after it. The ending of this trilogy, Love Be Liberated, comes out in October. So I'm going to definitely do a more full in-depth review of this one. But yeah, it's an LGBT fantasy fiction story about werewolves, vampires, white witches, a dark warlock, and, well, many, many more surprises to come. So if you guys like to read, I definitely recommend. These are all the books so far in the Shinry series, except for Shinry's Beginning. I do have that one, but it's just not here with me. But yeah, I appreciate a like, support, or just a review on Amazon. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.